Welcome back to our Blue Z Water channel. Today I want to go over a protocol for those of you who are already using medical home ozone therapy and also the various technologies we're going to discuss in this protocol. You might be using one or several of these technologies. So this first of all, these therapies are some of our major technologies that work in combinations and are synergistic. So I'll list them. First is the medical ozone home therapy, or ozone therapy at home. So this is medical level ozone that you can do at home instead of going to a clinic. And number two is using a vibration machine, quality vibration machine. Number three would be using a rapid release tool with the vibration machine. This is part of our vibration therapy program. Number four would be using our high frequency Vortex electrostatic charge therapy. And number five is using Brown's gas hydrogen therapy. Now, this sounds like a lot, so we're going to go through it. You don't have to do all the pieces, but we're going to definitely go through the logic of why to do these pieces together, and then you can decide what you want to build for your home clinic. Our goal for everyone is to get you a lifetime home clinic. The price of putting together a home clinic will save you 5,000 times over than going to clinics on the outside. If you have a home therapy clinic, then you can, for life, treat yourself at a very high level. Just keep that in mind, please. So everybody complains everything's so expensive, and I understand some of these products are very affordable. In fact, the ones we're going to talk about today, most of them are quite affordable. There are others that are overpriced. The really quintessential therapies that we're using, I feel, if you can put together the money for a used car, or cut back on buying a $30,000 car and instead buy a $20,000 car, you could have yourself an amazing home clinic for life, for the vehicle of your body and the vehicle of your family's body. The number one investment in life is towards our own healing and wellness. And in this culture, we do need some tools and help. Just like with any craft, there's always some type of tools involved. And yeah, we're going to go into this and explain the therapy. Number one, medical home ozone therapy. If you haven't heard about it, is ozone is a very, very powerful antimicrobial therapy. You are able to infuse it systemically to the blood. Typically, go to a clinic, it's IV, but at home, you do what's called rectal insufflation, and this dumps into the bloodstream. I don't want to do a elaborate video on how ozone works, but ozone is extremely beneficial, as other healing benefits. You can Google it. But number one, it's very, very antimicrobial, go after pathogens. So when you infuse it rectally, it will dump into the blood, and then it goes after the pathogens global, systemically. You can also do various regions of the body, like the sinuses, through the ears. You can do bagging. Anyhow, the issue with ozone is what's called a pro-inflammatory therapy. Ozone is made from something called corona discharge, which is basically lightning strikes in a machine. That's how you make ozone. You pass oxygen through the chamber. It's incredible lightning sparks, makes ozone. The end game, it's a very fire therapy. Lightning is fire. So you have to be very careful with the dosage, and you can get what's called an inflammatory reaction. If you go too fast, too quick, you're going to feel aggravated, a lot of Herxheimer detox reactions. So number one, the opposite of this fire therapy is something called Brown's gas hydrogen therapy. Hydrogen is like water. It permeates through the entire body like ozone. It's very permeable and gets to every cell in the body, and its forte is to knock out inflammation, free radical damage, oxidative stress. They go under different names. Basically, think of burning wood in a wood stove, and the leftover of the burn is embers. Well, the burning of the wood is really ozone therapy. It's the big fire therapy. It burns everything in its path. So the hydrogen therapy dampens the burn. So imagine if you, let's say, had a forest, you're going to do a controlled burn. You don't do it on the driest day of the hottest of summer. You might even wait for a rain and then do your controlled burn, so you don't just have a huge inferno. So that's what hydrogen does for ozone therapy. It tempers the reactivity of this oxidative stress. Now, the longer you do the molecular hydrogen therapy, the longer you build up on it, the more seasoned, so to speak, your body will be to handle this medical ozone therapy. But it takes time, even for the hydrogen therapy, the body to acclimate, for the inflamed state of a body to calm down. Much like, again, a super dry forest, one rain isn't going to do it. But if you had 30 days of rain, there's going to be a general change in the condition of the wood. Okay, so that's going to help balance and temper the ozone therapy. Now, I want to go into, if you're doing that, you can handle higher dosing and what I call a repetitive dose. I'm going to go into that right now. So the protocol is very simple. Let's say you are doing the Brown's gas hydrogen, you've tempered the body, and now you want to do medical ozone. So let's say you worked up on it. The typical dose is around 200 milligrams for an average size adult at around 40 gamma. Gamma is the concentration. So we don't want to get into details on that now. If you haven't done it, this is considered what you build up to is a 40 gamma roughly concentration at about 200 milliliters. So what you're going to do is you're going to do an infusion, rectal infusion, and now comes the vibration machine. Now, typically after you infuse the gas, you're going to want to go to the toilet and you're going to feel a need to eliminate. In many ways, this is like a gas enema. Now, you always want to have bowel movement, and some people will advocate an enema before doing the ozone. But if you have a good, healthy bowel movement in the morning, then that's the best time to do ozone is after that. Now, if you have a lot of constipation, you might want to consider the enema approach and, get the body ready by doing an enema. The ozone itself acts like an enema, so we're going to go through this process and explain how you can almost do this like you would do a regular enema, except this is ozone gas enema. So you would let's say you've worked up, let's start there. You've worked up, you do 200 milliliters, you go to the toilet, then you immediately get on the vibration machine. Now, this is going to distribute the gas throughout the body. Now, it quickly diffuses, but it's going to help it goes through a lot of changes, the gas. It goes through shifting into different compounds. Starts off as ozone, goes into activated oxygen. It kind of has a catalytic chain reaction effect. So if you get on the vibration machine within 5 or 10 minutes, and do that, what you're going to find is you probably go back to the toilet and have further elimination. It's really going to help with the whole colon health. And remember, when this gas goes up, this very powerful oxygen gas goes into the colon. It's going to help with a lot of colon toxicity. It's going to go to the other organs. So it's an incredible organ tonification, and particularly colon tonification. So basically, you're going to do the round of ozone. You're going to go to the toilet. You can get on the vibration machine, you probably end back up on the toilet. Then once you're done with that, now this is assuming that you've acclimated to ozone, you're doing the hydrogen, you can consider doing one more round. This depends on how toxic you feel. Let's say you do have a current infection. You can go back and do one more round, and that might be another 100 ml. You're going to have to kind of know how to energy check your body. Could be 80, 100, even 200 ml second round. If you do 200, it's pretty strong, and you got to be prepared for the oxidative stress. But you do the same thing, you do the next round. First round kind of gets the colon moving, and if you feel, depending on who you are and how you want to go about this, you might do the first round, let's say 100, and you're going to get kind of things initiated, have some bowel activity, then go in for the stronger dose, the second round, or you could come in the first round. Depends where you're at with your colon health. But there's going to be 2 rounds every time you go to the toilet, then you get on the vibration machine, and then you're probably going to end up back on the toilet. And remember, the first round is really going to get things moving. So by the time you go to the second round, you're going to really get in deep and absorb even more of the gas into the bloodstream. So you're really going to have to figure out what works for you. There's no fixed dosage, but this is the procedure. Do the dosage, go to the toilet, get on the vibration machine, back to the toilet. Okay, so I wouldn't go more than 2 rounds. I found that when I did 200 and 200, that's pretty strong. And even with all the hydrogen, you still can have oxidative stress. Now, if you overdo it and you have the Brown's gas hydrogen therapy, then you can immediately tone it down, and by doing the hydrogen for an hour or so. Okay, so that's a way to allow higher dosing ozone by using this hydrogen gas. And again, if you overdo it, you can temper down the oxidative stress burn, the Herxheimer response, by doing some more hydrogen. If you wait like a half hour even and do hydrogen, people say, oh my God, it's going to antidote the ozone. I don't really believe that. I think the first half hour, 45 minutes is you're getting most of the therapeutic effect. If anything, it could balance it and enhance it. There's no exact research on this, so you're going to have to feel your way through it. But I really believe in the first half hour, 45 minutes, is where you get the most action on the ozone. And if you let it, if you're really in oxidative stress, just go ahead and do the hydrogen. Now, if you want to wait an hour, 2 hours, that's fine. Okay, so this is the basic protocol when you do a session of ozone. This is our enhanced protocol. So once again, prepping the body with the hydrogen therapy, doing the ozone, several rounds with the addition of the vibration machine. Now the rapid release, just let's go into this. The rapid release is a tool while you're vibrating. It's a very, very intense tool. And I'm going to show a quick video of this therapy, actually, just a short snippet. Okay, so I'm standing on the vibration machine here, reaching back and doing the kidneys, do all the organs, doing the lumbar, the spine. You can reach up and down. You can turn around to the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen, pancreas, stomach, the lymph system. I am doing the back of the liver, stomach, pancreas, the colon, the lungs. Anyhow, you can go all over the body and do this. So this is a tactical tool while you're vibrating. So after you do rectal ozone insufflation, for sure, you want to hit the colon, want to hit your liver, probably all the major regional organs, the pancreas, spleen, stomach. So the ozone is going to go systemic in the blood, so anything you do will help. But the number one thing that I like about ozone is if anybody has long-term colon issues, it will really help to redesign the colon, build back the good gut flora. By the way, ozone does not kill good flora. It helps get rid of the bad bacteria. So over time, it'll help the good bacteria grow. Now, one thing, please watch our video. I'm going to show you this one. This is our hydrogen therapy George Wiseman Brown's gas playlist. George Wiseman is the inventor of the AquaCure AC50, which is the machine we sell. We'll post links below. But this is a vital video right here to watch. George Wiseman, restore gut health and reduce colon inflammation with hydrogen water. So when you do the ozone, you're going to be knocking out a lot of the pathogens, the bad bacteria. The ultimate defense for the colon is having an incredible array of good flora. This therapy, I've studied colon health since back in the 80s. We had products for colon health, but drinking this water twice a day, the Brown's gas water, It's like reviving a bad septic tank. Literally, the Brown's gas water will revive a dead septic tank. And most people's gut are like a dead septic tank. You drink this water twice a day. This is better than any probiotic regimen I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen a lot of regimens doing all kinds of fermented foods, perfect mucus-free diets. This is brilliant at growing back good gut flora. So, of course, you want to do the other stuff, eat healthy, that's all good. But I never could really successfully see gut flora grow back with the best of probiotics, with fermented foods. Kind of like once you whack the colony, your basic core colony, or if maybe you didn't even have it, maybe your mother was very toxic, you really need an incredible primer to grow back. And hydrogen is enormous on these gut microbiome. So, and the Brown's gas in particular, George told me about how they use Brown's gas literally to revive dead septic tanks, and the bell really went off in my head, because I've been studying colon health for a long time, and I always would say many ways that colon is like a septic tank. All righty, so just wanted to mention that. Okay, so if you can, after doing the ozone, do the combo vibration therapy, then you can really dial in on these specific organs. It's again the colon, the liver, particularly, and potentiate the ozone therapy. So there's one last piece, and this is very, very important. I'm going to show you one more video. This is our high frequency vortex electrostatic charge therapy playlist. This is an overview here. This video specifically talks about combining these two therapies, medical ozone therapy with this vortex electrostatic charge therapy. And our recent video here is a demo of the technology, and this explains why we added it to the antimicrobial program. It's also important, please, to look at our whole antimicrobial program playlist. So now you're going to back up, and you're going to see where ozone fits in with all these other therapies. What we're giving you is a protocol right now when you go to do the ozone to optimize that one treatment, but to contextually understand the global antimicrobial treatment protocol, please watch, go to our antimicrobial therapy playlist, and maybe the first 8 videos are the most critical videos to watch. So in a nutshell, when you combine ozone with the vortex therapy, they both are made from lightning. They're both lightning therapies. Ozone is made by electrifying oxygen. The vortex therapy literally electrifies your whole body. It has a very, very aggressive ability to enter into the body. Incredible. For a while, I stopped doing ozone and just did that alone. Now I go back and forth. When you really need the two big hitters, that's these two therapies. They're a match made in heaven, so to speak. Both, once again, lightning therapy. So as far as coming in for the ultimate big guns of antimicrobial hit or any other heavy duty issue that you need to knock out, these are the heavy hitters, but you need to integrate the whole program, such as the vibration machine rapid release, where you can really dial in and distribute these therapies, work on the organs, work on the lymph, and I think you get the gist of it. So this is just a review. When you do an ozone treatment, you're going to integrate the vibration machine with a rapid release machine, and you're going to use the hydrogen to temper the burn of the ozone. And then to bring additional antimicrobial benefit, to bring in the high frequency vortex electrostatic charge therapy. The high frequency vortex therapy, also very reasonable price. Both these therapies are very reasonable, around $500. But once again, that's a practitioner level therapy, and we need to assess you and then take you through that first phase, particularly make sure you don't get into trouble. You can go into too much detox. Your organs can get overloaded. These are serious therapies, and we prefer to work with people who are pretty mindful. So we will assess you. If you have had zero experience, we might look for a practitioner in your area that can help with this. And we're always really happy to work with a supportive practitioner. Alrighty, so if you have any questions about this protocol, remember, synergy is always better generally for anything you're doing. Everything we do is in synergy. And ozone and synergy with the vortex therapy, amazing combination at the guts of it. During the treatment, we just went through the protocol, how to have a more effective, balanced treatment. So once again, any questions, please contact me, Andrew at bluesywater.com. Thank you.